Hello Internet, this is a pickup video. Here I'm putting a stack of PS3 games that I got over the past weekend. I also picked up this cute little Hey You Pikachu Japanese edition complete in box, but the big pickup from this last weekend was the Virtual Boy. Oh, I am so happy I managed to find this. So we'll start with the Hey You Pikachu inbox. As you can see, I paid $40 for it, and it is relatively complete in box. I say relatively because you'll see when I open it up that the microphone is supposed to have a little bit of foam on the end of it, and that foam has kind of deteriorated and fallen off. I don't usually collect import stuff simply because I don't speak Japanese. So it's usually just something I shy away from. However, I thought this was actually kind of interesting and I just thought it'd be a neat little like collection piece. So I ended up picking it up. I don't really have plans on ever using it. It's just something to have, but I'm happy to have it nonetheless. So I woke up Saturday and really wanted to do some PS3 shopping. I don't know why. I just, for some reason, wanted to go out and buy PS3 games. So I went to the store and I bought just a bunch of them. Mainly the Ratchet and Clank series of games because I kind of realized I didn't have those in my catalog. And that was kind of the biggest glaring omission from the PS3 library that I was missing. That you could see Ratchet and Clank into the Nexus. But I also picked up some other games that just seemed relatively interesting or were cheap. I didn't really have a set goal in mind picking up these games. I just picked up games that seemed interesting or would be fun to play, with the exception of one game, and it's coming up at the end, and that would be Saw 2 Flesh and Blood. I didn't know they made a second Saw game. I only knew they had the original Saw game, which I feel like I own, but I can't figure out where the disc is. I think I have it loose in my case of games for the 360. But the PS3 version of Saw 2 is absurdly expensive. I paid 84 bucks, 85 bucks for this thing. But it's one of those games that I feel like is just going to be rare for all eternity. So, might as well pick it up, and I do actually plan on playing it one day. But now we move on to the Virtual Boy. This was completely out of left field for me to get. I had no intention of buying this, and I only paid 140, was it 147 for this thing? I'm going to show the receipt in just a second. Here it is. Yep, 147.14 for this Virtual Boy. And the reason I got it so cheap is because the owner couldn't test it. He didn't have a power brick. The power brick goes on the back of the controller. There are two power options. You have an AC adapter or you have a battery pack. It just slides in the back of the controller right here. So he didn't have a way to test it, so he was selling it for really cheap. So I took a gamble on it and purchased it. So what I ended up doing was I walked next door to a game store, shout out to Live Action Games, and I said, hey, I just picked up this Virtual Boy. Here you can see me messing with it. These are just ways to adjust the focus and such. And do you have a power brick for me to test this with? They said yes. So we popped in the power brick and the system turned right on. And I was so shocked that I managed to get it so cheap. As you can see, it's really dusty. I'm not sure how long it was sitting on the shelf. This is just a back view of where you actually look into the screens. It was Nintendo's kind of first attempt at virtual reality way back in the 90s, and I think there were only like 14 games made for this thing. And it's just one of those things that I never thought I would own because I've never seen one for sale for less than like $350. I was very surprised to find this for so cheap, and I had to pick it up the second I got it, or second I saw it. That's going to do it for the pickup video for this week. I plan on doing an overview of the Virtual Boy once I get a flash cartridge for the games and an actual power brick, but for now, I'm happy to just have the system. Thank you very much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Support me on Coffee. The link will be down in the description. And thank you very much.